Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? um, I got this shirt. I had to wear it for a place I worked at, and so I'm wearing it. I'm not really into to baseball too much, but I do like the player Zion Williamson that's playing for Duke this year in basketball. That guy is gonna be. He's interesting to watch. He's tall and has like a 40-inch vertical. They say, but I just wanted to make a little video like on my idea of what happens when you kind of fall off the wagon. So you don't. It's hard to tell. When I used to fall off the wagon, if I really was trying not to drink, I think I would be like, um, hang out with friends and end up drinking when I was planning on not drinking and I thought I had drank too much. I think as times have changed and I've gotten older, when I fall off the wagon, I kind of am more like, um, this is fun, or I need a break, or like I deserve this, or I feel lonely, or there could be a lot of reasons. You know, I've kind of came to the conclusion that the reasons I have mostly nowadays, other than people that are drinking, my reasons have more to do with the weather, like the year, the seasons, and then also my own kind of like bipolarness of like whatever emotions I might have that kind of so like maybe it's the middle of winter and then I'm kind of down. I'm not up. And I can't move around much. And I say, why not? I wanted to drink. So with your whatever reasons you have, sometimes you might say, oh, I got a new job, celebrate, or maybe I lost my job, go drink. So whatever, if it's up or down, you know, people's people do things for so many reasons. Um, but I correlate my own habits of drinking more toward my own like up and downness, along with. I bet you could look at it year after year and you could see that I'm more likely to drink on certain times of the year. So, um, what happens when I fall off the wagon? Well, it seems like, and you might be the same. You might want to get back, or you might say, actually, I feel better. Not I feel better drinking, but um, so you might or maybe you say, why did I fall off? Why am I drinking? Why do I feel the way I do? Um, or am I gonna quit, or am I just gonna keep going? Well, I guess what happens to me nowadays is like my stomach hurts, my liver hurts. I can't digest food well. Um, I kind of think that the amount of damage that alcohol causes at the age I'm at to me is a really quick, at the age of like 38 or whatever I am. It's a really quick, like, it kind of gets my attention. It's like, hey, remember, you're not supposed to drink. And then it punches me in the stomach, and I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I won't drink that much tonight. I'll drink 2 beers instead of six. I'll drink, instead of 12 beers, I'll drink six, and then tomorrow I'll drink four, and then I'll drink two, and then I'll drink maybe two one more day, and then I'll quit. So, um, what seems to be like one of my biggest motivations for drinking is, although it has to do with the seasons and all the things I was saying and how I feel, is that I feel like I need a break. I want to reset my mind, and that happens when I'm kind of like, I'm like, okay, my mind is stuck in this certain thought process. I'm sick of myself. I don't like thinking this way. I need to get away from it. I need to escape. Exercise isn't helping. I'm not making enough money to support myself. I'm having problems in every aspect of life. please, God, let me just do something that could change my mindset to get my mind away from this. So that's my biggest thing. And you know, I gotta tell you this. Mark Maron, who's a great podcaster, I believe, he talks to people, actors, musicians, movie stars. I listen to this podcast every 2 times a week, every week, for like years, probably a year, 2 years, maybe three, but overall probably 6 years I've listened. And he said that after he's been sober for I think 19 years, and he said, and from cocaine and alcohol, and he said after about 5 years he'd go to bars and never have a problem with alcohol. He wouldn't think he needs to have it. He wouldn't think he needs to leave the bar because there's alcohol in there. He just didn't. It didn't bug him. He just was fine without it. So that's where I want to get. That's where you want to get to. You know, when you're quitting something, is you don't want to be stuck in your mind all the time, bugging you. So just keep quitting, and it's gonna go away. You know. There's also a question I have that is, if you do alcohol for so long, is your mind not connected, right? When you don't have alcohol in your system, which would mean that you can't get back to certain memories, you can't get to certain thought processes, and you just can't aren't cognitive. I don't have the same cognitive ability as when you are drinking an amount of alcohol, because it's out of your system and your mind is not using that old memory that alcohol influenced. That's a question I have, and I don't know, how you could prove it, how you could go about finding the answer. That's kind of a question I kind of would worry about, because sometimes when I drink, I do feel like I'm more connected to like my mind, but I also feel like if I don't drink for a month, I'm more connected to my mind too. So it's like once I do drink, I feel like I gotta keep drinking to think well, because I already hadn't drank for a month and I was thinking good. So I don't know. So how do you like get back on the wagon? Um, like I think for me, I'll have pain, and that's really the big part that says, you got to do something about this, or my heart's beating irregularly nowadays, or it's giving you anxiety. Alcohol can give you a ton of anxiety, and it's really good to practice, be in the habit of getting back on the wagon, because the more you practice, the better you get. The quicker you fall off, and you are like, I don't know if I'm gonna not drink tonight. I can't stop myself. I can't stop myself from drinking. I'm just drinking every night. I'm going to buy alcohol. I can't go to sleep without it. Whatever. Just practice it. Just say no. If you have to take some sleep tonight, just say no. Just don't do it. Just get out of it. Um, it's gonna cure a lot of problems, I think, by not drinking. All around. But that's my opinion, or whatever too, because you could disagree with it and say it's good for you and all that, but I don't know. From what I noticed about myself. So, how do you do it? Well, you could practice. You get better at it. You get stronger. You get kind of like a muscle in your brain. I feel like that says no. You're better. You have the strength to say no. Yeah, you learn to gain self control. And then the first, biggest step, other than like AA or whatever, you could go to AA, is to just not do it. Just say no. If you can say no, and you think about it, and you're like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, and that's gonna make me stronger. You can feel, and I do, that I bet you can, if you pay attention, feel it. You get stronger from saying no. You do. Like, you get this extra strength, and you're happy, and you can be happy about yourself, and you can say, I decided to say no, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have that self-control. And that's positive, that's like, it's helpful. It's positive. And then sometimes you can make YouTube videos about it, or you can tell your friends that you're going to quit, and you can not go to bars, or there's a lot of ways to get it to kind of subside in a way. It's not so. take control of your mind. Um, there's helplines. You could watch YouTube videos of how it affects people over time and stuff. But so I'm kind of I get in this process every once in a while where I'm like trying to quit. When am I gonna quit? Am I gonna drink 2 beers a night? Am I gonna drink 6 beers? Am I gonna drink 50 beers one night? Am I gonna just lose complete control? And I think that's my biggest problem, is losing control. So like I'll drink and I'll kind of mess up, and that's kind of okay. But then maybe I'll lose a little bit of control the next day, and then the next day I'll lose complete control where I just give up. I just drink. It's like I don't have the switch in my mind that says you should quit drinking. It's like, why should I now? Like, I just drank like the last 3 days. Why should I quit now? And when I'm drinking, I'm not controlling what I'm doing. And maybe, sometimes I think one of the most dangerous things is loneliness, which is a feeling. And sometimes I think alcohol kind of helps with that, but it also, it gets you to drink because you're lonely, and then all of a sudden you're drinking to cure that, maybe, and then all of a sudden you're just out of control, and then you're breaking your teeth on the ground. So how do you cure loneliness? How do you have everything in life that you need, that is going to make you feel a sense of fulfillment, so that you don't put the poison in your body that destroys your body? I don't know. I guess you got to be a genius because to find everything that makes your life fulfilled all the time isn't easy, especially I think when you're looking in the world for something that you want and you don't even know what it is. Maybe you want to make robots, so you go to school to make robots for 10 years, and you're way out in the middle of nowhere in another country, and nobody knows who you are, and your life doesn't matter, and you don't think, and nobody knows your story, and you're making like an electronic invention, and you're missing out on every other aspect of life, like a companion, or a good, like an air conditioner, or like a toilet, or whatever, and all of a sudden your life, and you could be there in America doesn't have some of that stuff, and you're just, or whatever it is you're looking for, and you just aren't fulfilled enough to like have to feel strong enough to say no. And I don't know the answer for how to fix our lives, but we all have this thing at times, or maybe yours is different than everything I've explained, but the one similarity is that all we need is this liquid in a bottle that is sat out for a long time and like went bad, and when we put it in our body, we feel like really good for a moment, and and that helps us get somewhere we haven't been before. There might be a secret to figuring out how to avoid that, like maybe every day, I do this one thing that fulfills like my life in so many ways that I have satisfaction from, that keeps me from needing to drink. And I don't know what that one thing is. Like, for me, even, I don't know, and I never have even found it completely. I found it temporarily, but not completely. So anyway, good luck in life. Keep quitting drinking. If you ask, the more questions you ask about your own problem, probably, the deeper you can get into what you might need to get out of it. So, good luck in life, and I'll keep trying to make these videos. Bye.